Hi everybody! Welcome to Dulcis in Fondo. Today we are going to make a delicious Italian dish already famous around the world, spaghetti alla carbonara. Before starting, we will show you the ingredients used in the traditional recipe and some good substitution in case you might have trouble finding them. Let's start with the cheese. The first and easiest to find substitute for the pecorino is the classic Parmigiano Reggiano. It's the most famous Italian cheese in the world, so you won't have any trouble finding it. For this recipe, we use Pecorino Romano. It's a DOP cheese made with sheep milk. It has a stronger and richer flavor compared to Parmigiano Reggiano. Let's talk about the meat. Diced smoked pancetta or bacon are both good alternatives and are easier to find compared to guanciale. Diced smoked bacon has a good texture, but if you can find it, you can also use sliced and thinner smoked bacon. Here we use guanciale according to the original recipe. Guanciale is a particular kind of cured meat, seasoned, matured, and it's made from a noble part of pork compared to bacon. Now, the other essential ingredients. Apart from the meat and the cheese, carbonara is a very easy and simple recipe. If you're working with guanciale or with a big piece of bacon, be sure to cut the meat into thick slices. Pork meat will release a lot of fat and it will shrink when cooked, so keep it in mind when you cut it. Texture is important in this dish. If you're working with thin bacon slices, the key point is to cut it wider to make up for the lack of thickness. Of course, the result will be different, but you won't lose too much this way. Finally, grate the pecorino or the parmesan and keep it aside for later. Now crack the eggs. The ratio is 1 whole egg and 1 yolk for one person. To double the recipe, add 1 whole egg. To triple, 1 whole egg and 1 yolk, and so on. Easy, right? Beat the eggs until smooth, and then add the cheese and the pepper. Remember, guanciale already has pepper, so if you are using it, add the seasons according to your taste. And same goes for the cheese. Leave the mixture aside for later. Now it's time to add spaghetti in salted boiling water. Please don't break spaghetti, it's a crime against a whole nation. It's quite easy to cook them if you gently push them into the water. In a large skillet, Pour the pork meat without adding any oil and cook it to medium-high heat until it's crispy. As you can see, guanciale differs from bacon because its fat can be used like lard. It becomes translucent and chewy when cooked. Remove excess fat from the pan with a paper towel, but leave it a little to saute the pasta later. Now, add the drained spaghetti to the pan and mix them well to coat them with the residual fat and to incorporate the guanciale. When you're done, turn off the heat. Wait a minute before slowly pouring the egg cheese mixture over the spaghetti. Mix it while pouring to combine everything together. I suggest you to try not overcooking the eggs to experience a more traditional carbonara, but of course you can cook the egg according to your taste. The creamier, the better. Finally, it's time to serve. You can add some grated pecorino at the end to give it a kick, or you can enjoy it as it is. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our channel for more Italian recipes. If you have any suggestion or request, please let us know in the comment. Till next time!